Hello, everyone, and thank you for coming to Deb Chanel Toys World, where we do soap opera reviews. We're going to be going over the soap opera that aired today, March 1st, 2017, and we're going to be talking about The Young and the Restless. Okay, we go right on into it. We have Victoria's getting feedback from Kane, and Kane is asking Victoria about giving him this assignment. Like, why did she? Was it to get him out of her hair? And she smiles without answering him. Then we have Lauren. Lauren is freaking out about her phone not being charged up. She's running below 50%. She don't know if it's because she's out in the country at Victor's them house and the cell towers are not working. She's just freaking out that she's going to miss a call or a text from the terrorist who's holding Scott hostage. She asked Michael to go to the car to get her charger. Michael have her to sit down, and he starts to tell her to calm down. Everything is fine. Then Nick is assuring Lauren that they will find your son. Then Victor comes out to tell Lauren, no, they haven't found his whereabouts just as yet. Victor said his contacts need reliable intel information in order to get her son. Lauren wants to pay the ransom. Victor tells Lauren, we will not. We will wait on his men and their intel to work for them first. Then we go to Esther. Esther's trying to give Jill some magazines to read. Esther's really taking it to the max with worrying Jill. She even got on my nerves, and I'm not even sick. And Jill tells her she just wants to read. So Esther finally gets the point and she leaves her alone for now. After she leaves, Jill gets on the phone to do business. And she didn't recognize or didn't know somebody was in the back of her, but that was Lily. She walks in and surprises her and catches her on the phone. Jill immediately hangs up. Then we have Colin. Colin is in the bank still. He's looking in the safe deposit box, and he's found a ring box as well as a note. And he looks at the ring. He knows it is very, very expensive. It's an emerald cut with an onyx type or black stone. And Colin puts it in his pocket. He also finds a letter in the box and wait a minute, as well, and he doesn't read it. Okay, we go to commercial, we come back. We have Lily bring some homemade get well cards from her two kids, Jill's grandchildren. Jill is disappointed that she didn't bring the kids with her. Lily is talking to Jill about Victoria giving Kane the Asian market division, and she's very glad that Victoria saw the what do you call it the resource in him that Kane had it and he could do a great job in it. Victoria's telling Kane to be grateful about his new job assignment. Then Billy asked for, he asked for Ian, like, I'll go do it if he don't want to do it, since he's not being grateful. Then Kane realizes it was not a pity job assignment. He really felt that she could do a good job because he has worked with other he had other contacts in Asia where he was doing other type of business for his family's company and other companies he's worked for before. So he's very diverse in their market. So he realized and he felt it would be a great fit, and that's why she gave him the job. So they're pretty much on the same page of the same book and everything's cool. We go back to Victor. Victor's being very stern with Lauren about not throwing his $10 million away without verification. Now, I feel him on that. I feel him on that, okay? Because, I'm just like $10 million, hell. Like, I thought Lauren should have $10 million, you know what I'm saying? Whew, just in the bank. Not that she had to go and liquidate stuff, but Lauren ain't floating like that. So I don't look at her the same way no more. So she need to start acting like she got it all, when Scott does get rescued. Because, the writer's going to do it that way anyway. But she need to calm down. Anyway, then we go to Victor. Victor tells her when they call back, ask for a photo of her son as proof that he's still alive. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Lily Steele showing Jill a play, some pictures of a play they were in that she took of the children. And she also tells Jill Colin is living with her and, Kane. For now, Jill is telling Lily she's so very sorry for that. If she didn't put him out, he, would have somewhere to stay. Then Colin is calling someone to take a look at the ring he got from the bank, um, and to check the authenticity of it. And then Colin looks at the letter again that he also took from the bank, and he thinks to call Jill to let her know about it. But then he puts his phone down as well as the letter. Then we have Jill is going over business and tell Kane he has to go. Oh no, I'm sorry. That was Victoria's going over business and tells Kane he has to go to Tokyo tomorrow. Kane leaves to go home to pack for Tokyo. Billy gives her a compliment of handling Kane fantastically. Then we have Nikki is trying to comfort Lauren, and Lauren is talking about Scotty. Everybody's in the room. It's a very what do you call it? Awkward moment. People not really saying anything. They're just letting Lauren vent. Lauren is scared that that was the last time she was going to ever hear from her son. Lauren gets another phone call from the terrorists. Jill tells them to just shut up from what they were talking about and send her a picture of her son right now. The terrorists hang up, and Lauren is looking at Victor. Okay, we go to commercial. We come back. We have Lauren is telling Victor they are going to retaliate against her, and she's losing it. Then Lauren gets the photo of Scotty. She wanted. Then they hang up. They call back. Victor answers the phone and tells them they will be totally dealing with him now. Jill tells Lily she needs to rest, and Lily starts to leave, but she tells Lily to tell Colin to get on with his life. Then Colin has an appraiser to come by to see him and the ring and to check out just, like I said, the authenticity of it. The jeweler says it's a rare piece. It seems to be very real, but he can't be sure. He's going to let somebody else look at it. Kane comes in and try to find out what's going on between this jeweler or from what Colin lied about and said it was a realtor. But, he leaves without giving Colin any information. I mean, Kane any information. So he asks Colin to tell him what the hell is going on. And, Colin tells Kane tells Colin if he's doing something underhanded, he's gonna have to leave right now. He said, no, no, it ain't about that. So he goes on the side, I know you ain't got no money. And excuse me, Colin goes on to tell him, I have plenty of resources. I have other people I can get stuff from. But we all know that's a lie. And he's still messing around using somebody else's money to get back in favor with Jill. Crazy. I just tell you, no. Jill really doesn't need Colin. Because he just taking her money and still taking her money to get back in her life. That's some bullshit. But anyway, moving on from there. What do you call it? Both parents, Billy and Victoria, gets a call from Johnny's school to come and get Johnny because Johnny done been bad. So basically, they are at Crimson Lights with Johnny. Johnny has pushed down a girl during recess. And Billy and Victoria wants to know why, and Johnny tells them she tried to kiss him. Okay? And he starts to laugh, thinking it's real, real funny. And Billy and Victoria starts to laugh a little bit too at him, but they gonna have to get on him about that. Because you can't just go around pissing around, pushing down children. You know what I'm saying? Even though they do it every day, but that's just not the norm. Go to commercial, we come back. They get down on Johnny about pushing down people. He understands and he promised not to do it again. They tell him once you see her again, you're going to apologize because that is just not what we do. It's not, it's normal, but it's more so you just don't do it. It's not polite. You don't put your hands on people. As he grow older, he going to understand you can't just take your frustrations out, or that's not the way you react by attacking someone. Because if that was the case, we as adults would be attacking each other, and that's just not acceptable. And maybe the good thing to do to get your frustrations out and let them know what you feel, which we all feel that way sometimes, but we know we can't do it, unfortunately. Okay? And then we go to Lily. Lily comes home and finds Kane looking for his passport. She asks why. Kane asks Lily, has she seen his passport? She said, yes, it's in the office. Then, he goes on to say he has to go to Tokyo for business, this, that, and the third. He sees her looking upset about it. He tells her to come with him. She really buys into the idea, but then she knows that she has other obligations, such as, interviews that she still has to do for the campaign that they're both are working on. And then the children are another, thing. And she has to take more photos with Jordan. And it's not feasible for her to go, even though she's tempted. Leave from there, we go to Victor. Victor's basically telling Lauren and Michael to shut up. He's doing it his way. He tells them either they're in or they're not. It doesn't matter to him one way or the other. It's not his child. It's a bad situation that they're in, but they're not going to tell him how to run this situation and to do, how to deal with his money. I'm like, beggars can't be choosers. You know what I'm saying? So, he tells him he's running the show. So Lauren looks confused, but I'm pretty sure she's saying she's backing the fuck up. Okay, go to commercial. We come back. We have Johnny sees his friend. He pushed down at the playground at Crimson's Lights. I guess her mother felt sorry and she wanted to bring her to get some cocoa too or whatnot. And then that's Johnny's great time to apologize to her. He ended up giving her a cookie. They go out to the playground, not playground, but outside where, in the outer part of Crimson Lights in color. And both parents make niceness to each other, or pleasantries, I should say. And, Claire's mama said, well, Claire shouldn't have kissed him, especially when he didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? And they said, well, Johnny shouldn't have pushed her. So, all is well. Love and fair, love and war, even with the younger kids. It happens, okay? Anyway, then we move on from that situation. Then we have Lily seducing her husband before he goes off to Tokyo in the morning, and Kane is loving every bit of it. And she also brings Kane his passport. Then we have Jill receives a letter in a lot of mail that Esther is going through that Colin more than likely had sent to her instead of bringing it to her himself as well as that damn ring. Okay, but he didn't do that, so he still fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Then we have Nikki and Lauren making small talk. Nikki tells Lauren about Victoria being kidnapped because of Billy's gambling debts. And, Lauren said, oh, my Lord, I didn't know you went through a similar situation like this. I'm so sorry. And then I come in here asking you to do this, that, and third. Like I'm some kind of person. She feels bad about it. And, Nikki's like, okay, cool. It's over with. Scott will come home just like Victoria came home. Then we have Victor and Michael over at Newman Enterprises, and they have these black duffel bags, and um, Michael is checking the currency like he even, know what he looking at. But I'm like, God damn, Victor keep $10 million at his office. Ooh, I tell you the truth. But I guess, when you're a man like Victor, you need to have cash on hand. So he got trillions in the bank, and he got 10 million in his office. So he cool. He cool. All right. He always has stuff on his mind, so I can see why he always play it cool and he got observe people. But he ain't got time for no mess. And then, Michael's asking him questions about who's the drop off man. Michael thinks it's Paul, but it's Kevin. Kevin shows up, Michael's brother. Michael's not believing this mess. We go to commercial, we come back. We have Johnny and Clara comes back from, drawing pictures and whatnot. They're holding hands together, and they bring Victoria and Billy the pictures that they drew. And Billy's noticing they must have made up because he said, y'all holding hands, so that's a good sign. So then Victoria said, well, go show Clara's mom the pictures that y'all drew and that y'all have made up and everything's cool. And then we go to Lauren. Lauren is trying to we go back to the Newman's house, and Nikki is trying to give Lauren a manicure. And Lauren is shaking like a strip on a stripper pole for the first time. And it's just funny. And she's trying to tell her to be calm. They're going to take care of things. Then we go back to Victor. He's at Newman Enterprises, and Kevin is telling Michael he's going to do it. He knows Scott. They end up basically, yeah, and they did. They shared a apartment together at one time when Scotty was here going through med school or something to that effect. And Mike was saying, but that's a long time ago. He said that we keep in touch and stuff like that. And then Kevin just put it to Michael, like, I'm going to do this. I am going to do this for Lauren, so you're not going to stop me. So Michael gives up. He gives Kevin a hug, and he tells him to come home. He says, sure, I'm coming home. And Kevin gets the money, he gets the coordinates and all this, and he knows what to do. And Victor's saying just go by the script that he gave him to go by, and everything should be fine. So he walks out with the money and go meets Victor Mann to go to the airport and get on his private jet and this, that, and third. Then Michael looks at Victor like, I don't know to thank you or to get ready to hurt you, for putting his brother in that type of situation. So then we go back to Colin. He's meeting the guy with the appraisal. The appraisal comes to be speechless for Colin because he's looking like payday has finally come for him. And because he's very surprised about the amount that has been written down on that paper. Okay, then we go to the last vital scene. We have Jill and Esther freaking out about the letter, and Esther is telling Jill to open the letter, and Jill is kind of like, "Oh Lord, should I not?" And she's looking at the picture on the wall, calling Jill an old fossil. I mean, calling Mrs. Champs an old fossil. What she's up to now? She should be worried about what Colin is up to now, because yes, Colin did find the key, but his stupid behind should have brought her the key with the key music. Well, brought her the key with the music box and the letter and left it to her to do whatever she wanted to do with it, and then maybe she would have forgiven him because he did bring her everything, but she had threw the music box away and he could have just explained it to her that it was fate, that they may need to be together because, without them going through what they went through, they never would have found it. And I don't know. I'm with everybody else. Colin need to go back where he came from. Jill really don't need to be with him because he's just a hot mess all the way around. But y'all, that was The Young and the Restless that aired for March 1st, which was what is this? Wednesday? Okay, Wednesday. And I hope y'all enjoyed it. Tune back tomorrow for more recaps and reviews for The Young and the Restless. Thank you guys. Good night.